Channeling and divine light. Channeling represents the profound art of becoming a clear vessel for consciousness beyond your individual self. Rather than generating wisdom or healing from your personal mind, you learn to step aside and allow something greater to flow through you. Think of it like becoming a hollow bamboo flute. The music doesn't come from the bamboo, but the bamboo's emptiness allows the breath to create beauty. I'm just a conduit. I don't do anything, Gareth told me. It's like my energy is shaking hands with yours and it does all the work. Eva channels divine light. Gareth the Sat and others like Cornelius channel messages from any human, alien, or interdimensional being that has ever existed within the LCS. Most of my mentors describe receiving sudden downloads from the LCS that revealed their next steps or how their gifts would evolve. Shannon was guided to leave her Gaia healing group and pursue solo Earth vortex repair trips. Gareth's Sat energy arrived during a dream and remained permanently. Eva received instructions to channel her energies into a subscription model, which amplified her power and shifted her work toward healing the collective consciousness. To understand how this channeling works, we must first grasp the dimensional nature of reality. While it's widely debated on how many dimensions of light there are, many spiritual traditions and channel teachers agree that there are 12. In spirituality, dimensions aren't physical places, but rather levels or frequencies of consciousness and reality, each with distinct characteristics and ways of experiencing existence. For example, our familiar third dimension operates through physical matter, linear time, and five sense perception, while the fourth dimension introduces concepts of energy, emotion, and nonlinear time. The fifth dimension is often described as the realm of unconditional love and unity consciousness, where separation dissolves and telepathic communication becomes natural. The concept of 12 dimensions of light suggests consciousness unfolds across a vast spectrum of increasingly subtle realms, each characterized by different frequencies of light and information. In lower dimensions, we experience solid matter in linear time, but ascending through the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensions, we enter realms where energy and sacred geometry become primary codes of existence. In the sixth dimension, some traditions believe that this is where all creation originates as vibrational blueprints that eventually condense into form, and where visionaries receive downloads through direct energetic transmission rather than linear thought. At the highest levels, individual identity dissolves entirely. This is where people, quote unquote, go when they have full ego deaths and are blasted to the center of the universe during DMT trips. The 12th dimension is pure consciousness itself, absolute oneness, where only divine love remains. Light throughout these realms isn't merely electromagnetic radiation, but a fundamental carrier of information. Channels like Eva, who are accessing these dimensions, describe receiving information as flows of living light interpreted only by the heart. In short, everything is light. Light is the original divine emanation through which consciousness expresses itself into form. In channeled teachings, all creation originates as light that condenses into matter as it descends through the dimensions. When we examine the nature of the space between photons, physicists describe it as the quantum vacuum, a field of infinite potential where virtual particles constantly emerge and disappear. Yet many spiritual traditions recognize it not as absence, but infinite presence itself, the unmanifest source that holds all possibilities. In Vedantic terms, this is Brahman, the formless ground of being, revealing the space between photons as pregnant silence of pure potential, the cosmic womb from which light, consciousness, and creation continuously emerge and return. Divine light and healing work represents pure consciousness and healing energy channeled from beyond the individual self. Eva describes accessing love, light, and truth, the highest vibrations from the Divine Mother, and transmitting these directly to clients. She opens their energy field and pulls in the light where healing is needed. As Eva and Gareth both agreed that energy is really a metaphor for divine intelligence that comes from source consciousness. When Eva channels, She's downloading and transmitting divine information that knows exactly what each person's system needs for healing and transformation. This connects directly to how light operates across dimensions as the fundamental carrier of divine intelligence and healing codes. So, how does this light become information? Through conscious intent and surrender. Eva describes receiving direct knowing about where to work in someone's energy field, what blockages need clearing, and what specific healing information each person requires. The different shades of light she perceives each carry distinct healing codes, some for physical ailments, others for emotional clearing, spiritual awakening, or systemic transformation. These correspond to the different dimensional frequencies, with each shade carrying specific vibrational signatures from various levels of consciousness. Turns out, the universe's greatest magic trick isn't making something from nothing, it's making nothing do everything.